So this is the part where I start pulling my hair out, and the only way for me to prevent becoming completely bald from doing that is to vent a little bit. And when I vent, I just say what's on my mind and how I feel about things, and they're not popular. And I know that. I know that this video will get a lot of dislikes because a lot of people are not going to like what I have to say. They're not going to like what they hear, and I expect it because this is just kind of the nature of the beast. Now, in the last 24 hours, I've put up 3 videos, 2 of which I was trying to be helpful. I did a video talking about a business plan where I built a DJ system. I broke it down piece per piece, and I used kind of an average on how much things would cost. I used the most popular speaker out there right now. I think it's the QSC K12. Runs over $700. I used that. I went like $600 on a sub, so on and so forth, trying to get the average price of what a DJ system costs. Did a total, and then talked about what a DJ would have to charge on a 2-year business plan to just pay off the gear. Not talking about anything else. We're talking about gear and initial costs at the gig, fuel and vehicle wear and tear or rental. There are a lot of other costs that you have to absorb, marketing costs, insurance, it goes on and on. I did another video where I talked about value. I talked about my daughter, her babysitting business, and how, what her journey was on that. How she got her certification, it wasn't enough, then she got some experience, working for someone else. After she got that experience, or during that getting that experience, she started marketing herself as a babysitter, and now she does pretty well. She charges more than the next person. But it doesn't matter that I did those videos because a lot of people still only hear what they want to hear. I have people out there telling me how they're doing jobs for $150 or 150 euros and they're happy with that, and it's all profit for them because their gear is paid for, and just a lot of things that just, don't make mathematical sense. And that's okay because I'm not going to be able to reach everybody. And what I say, is not gospel in my videos. It's really not. I mean, I'm just giving opinions and thoughts and ideas, and I'm trying to help not only the individual DJ, but the overall, DJ community around the world, just trying to improve. But when it comes to mathematics, math doesn't lie. The numbers either add up or they don't. It's not even an opinion, it's math. So if you have even 3,000 invested in gear, 2,000, 1,000, it doesn't matter, you still have to pay off this equipment before you're going to realize a profit. And you can either do that by going non-profit until the equipment's paid for. You figure out what your cost is, you go non-profit. Or, alternately, you build in profit on every gig. You allocate some of that money towards your profit. You allocate a certain amount of money to paying off the equipment and your costs and things. And in this case, you kind of start profiting, right away, in a sense, as long as you have X amount of gigs lined up so you can absolutely pay for that equipment. What I will say is that even seasoned DJs often do dumb stuff. Let me give you an example. There's this guy who I know. He came to me a while back and he told me how he was really happy that I had done the videos that I did because it encouraged him to go out and buy, I think it was $2,400 worth of a product that I had on one of my videos. He bought multiples. I said, oh great, what are you charging to bring these things to your gig? And it was either $50 or $100. And I just thought to myself, are you kidding me? How is this helping you? This is an add-on to what you already do. So if it was $50, the guy would have to do like 50 jobs to even pay for the stuff. And then he could make some profit after that. Chances are after 50 jobs, he'd have some equipment failure and he'd have to replace some stuff. So still not making any money. Even if it was, 24 jobs, it was $100. Wow, 24 jobs to pay for the stuff. And then what? And it was like under the cost of what anybody else charges. And it's like, how did you come up with that number? And, you have to love music. You have to love to perform for people. Absolutely. But the reality is this costs money. And you should if this is your job, or you're looking at this as a job, you need to profit. If you're looking at this as a hobby, fine, don't, I guess. But you still should probably pay for your stuff. Because a lot of people out there who are charging low cash for their DJ services are literally paying to DJ. They're not making anything. They may be undercutting the competition. They may be taking jobs away from somebody. And that's another video. I think that we shouldn't compete with people who do that. I think we should just do our own thing and not worry about it. But if they are undercutting people and taking jobs away from people, they're not making any money on it. So, those of you who don't like this underbid or whatever, these low-cost DJs, just smile to yourself and know that it's costing them money to do this. They're not profiting. God forbid something blows up, then they have to even spend more money. So one last thing I'll say before I wrap this video and stop talking about this particular subject for now. Now, a lot of people have told me that, well, hey, I don't charge a lot, but I'm trying to get experience, so that's why I'm doing this. And I question that experience. What am I talking about? Well, if I decide that I want to be a carpenter, and I go out and I buy wood and nails and saws and all this stuff and just start building things, am I really getting experience? Kind of. But what I really need is perspective. And I would gain that from working with another carpenter. So a lot of people might say, well, I can't get anyone to hire me as an assistant. That's what I'm talking about, being an assistant. You know what? If you offer to do it for free, and you are someone who that DJ feels has the aptitude to do this job, and you're dependable, you'll be there, you're not going to not show up, you're going to be professional, which is all of this stuff is stuff you're going to need to do anyway, even if you do it yourself. Then, boy, I would be a fool to say no to somebody who was the right candidate to come in and help me out. I'm disabled now. I always need an assistant. Well, not always. I do it myself sometimes. But it certainly helps. If someone was there and was helpful, didn't get in my way, I would be happy to teach them. If they were mature and, had the aptitude, or I felt they had the aptitude, or something, some kind of work ethic, and I trusted them, I would bring them on. So maybe that's another way you can do it. Instead of going out and just losing money for yourself, maybe you could go out and work for somebody else. And maybe you could do it like that. If you did it for free, and you can always try it with somebody for a gig or two, and then go try it with somebody else for a gig or two. You might end up with a crap DJ. I mean, I did that for years. I worked with all these DJs, and that's how I learned. I saw a lot of stuff I saw more stuff that I didn't like than stuff that I liked. And I came into my own, and that's just how it worked out. If you're working only by yourself, you're never working with anybody else, how much perspective are you going to gain? Are you really going to learn anything? So think about that before you decide to do it for experience. That's it. I'm done. Not talking about this anymore. Wrapping this video, and I'll do my next video on a completely different topic, I promise. Practice and enjoy.